And the headline, workers seek urgent government intervention over delayed salaries. Ondo police confirm attack on Ipele divisional headquarters. Jigawa state destroys over 5 cartons of expired noodles. And on the foreign scene, dozens killed, 100 injured in fire at Swiss Key Resort. Hello, good evening and welcome to News Update on Trust TV. I am Fatima Ahmed Musa. Now begin with Labour civil servant in Gombe State who received their salaries through Access Diamond Bank are calling on the state government to urgently intervene following the non-payment of their December salaries, despite early release of funds ahead of the Christmas celebration. Hassan Koli has more.
Several affected workers said that the delay has caused severe hardship, leaving many families stranded throughout the festive period. They explained that while salary payment challenges with Access Diamond Bank have occurred in the past, the December delay has been the most troubling, affecting hundreds of civil servants across various ministries.
Gaskiya ga yara suna nan suna kuka. Kuma gashi nan kuma an yi Christmas babu salary.
As the breadwinner of my family, I depend entirely on my salary. I kept assuring my children that our Christmas shopping would happen once the alert dropped. But up till now, nothing.
Other workers lamented that many celebrated Christmas without basic food items caught between the State Treasury House and the bank, with each party blaming the other for the delay.
Amma mu muna samun albashin ne mu a karkashin Diamond Access wanda sakamakon akan biya albashi bayan sati ɗaya mu kafin nan mu samu namu.
We were told at the Treasury House that the problem was from the bank, while the bank said it was from the Treasury. That is why we decided to bring this issue to the public. The workers appealed to the state government to step in and find a lasting solution, noting that recurring glitches have forced many civil servants to consider moving their salary accounts to other banks. Effort to get reaction from both the bank and the government proved unsuccessful. At Access Diamond Bank, journalists were informed that the branch manager was unavailable, while a senior officer declined to comment, citing lack of authorization. While the Gombe state government has earned commendation for timely salary payment, hundreds of civil servants banking with Access Diamond Bank raising concerns over the need for urgent intervention to prevent further hardships. Hassan Lawal Koli, Trust TV News, Gombe.
The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) has called for an urgent nationwide wage review, warning that inflation and rising living costs have severely eroded workers' incomes. In a New Year message signed by NLC President Comrade Joe Ajero, the Congress said salaries must guarantee life, not merely survival, insisting that existing wages no longer reflect economic realities. The NLC described 2026 as a decisive year for engagement with government, noting its readiness to dialogue with the federal government following assurance of more meaningful consultations by President Bola Tinubu, while pledging to pursue improved pay and workers' conditions through legitimate means. The Congress warned that workers would remain vigilant and mobilized to demand accountability, social justice, and policies that genuinely improve living standards. Now to politics. Senate President Godswill Akpabio has directed his lawyers to withdraw all pending lawsuits against Senator Natasha and other individuals. Akpabio disclosed this while speaking during a New Year service at Sacred Heart Parish in Oyo, Akwa Ibom State. He said he had previously filed nearly 9 court cases, against individuals he accused of defamation and slander, but decided to have a change of heart after listening to the priest's sermon during the service. According to him, the message inspired him to forgive those involved, prompting his decision to discontinue all legal actions. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara on Thursday called on residents to remain undisturbed by the sound of conflict, reaffirming the state government's unwavering support for President Bola Tinubu. In his New Year address delivered at the Rivers State Government House, Fubara reminded listeners of the commitment made to the president, who he said has stood by the state. The governor emphasized that the administration's backing for Tinubu would not be expressed through noise or threats, but through peaceful and lawful actions that reassures the people of Rivers State. Fubara's message comes amid heightened political tension in the region, with the governor urging citizens to maintain peace as the state moves into the new year.
Don't be carried away or be scared by the stories of war, but listen gently and quietly to that whisper that God is going to give to us. So I want to thank you for standing with us. You know our mission. You know the promises we made for the people who supported us, the man who stood by us, the one who made it possible for us to still stand there to say 2026, here we come. We will continue to give that support, not by noise, not by threats, but by assuring the good people of River State that in a peaceful and understanding manner, that Tinubu will have his way in River State.
Now, gunmen have set fire to the Divisional Police Headquarters in Ipele Community, or local government area of Ondo State. The attack, which occurred at about 9:40 p.m. on Wednesday, led to the destruction of several exhibits at the station. The Ondo State Police Command confirmed the incident in a statement by its spokesperson, DSP Abayomi Jimo, who said no lives were lost. He dismissed reports circulating on social media that a church was attacked, describing them as false. According to plenary findings, between 20 and 30 armed men stormed the police station, firing assault rifles and deploying dynamite before fleeing the scene. DSP Jimo said the Commissioner of Police, Adebowale Lawal, has deployed additional special force to the area to restore calm and track down the perpetrators. Now, at least 7 farmers have been killed in a fresh late-night attack on Bom community in Chugwe, Vang district of South Local Government area of Plateau State. Residents said the attack occurred around 11 p.m. on Wednesday, while most people were asleep. Confirming the incident on Thursday, the spokesperson of the Biram Youth Molder Association, Wang Tengwang, said that the bodies of the victims have been recovered while search and rescue operations are still ongoing. He noted that the attack happened despite an earlier security alert warning that some communities in Jos South had been marked for possible attacks. As of the time of filing this report, spokesperson for Operation Enduring Peace and the Plateau State Police Command, Major Samson Zakum, and SP Alabo Alfred were yet to respond to the inquiries. The Nigerian Army has appealed to residents of Sokoto State to assist in the recovery of debris from a weapon reportedly shot down by the United States, describing the request as crucial and national security. Military sources said the debris is needed for technical and forensic investigations to determine the weapon's origin, purpose, and how it was neutralized. They explained that such information is vital for intelligence assessment and counterterrorism efforts. The Army stressed that the appeal reflects transparency and cooperation, urging residents to voluntarily support the investigation and avoid tampering with or concealing any recovered items which could be dangerous and compromise security. It also warned against rumors and misinformation, calling on the public to remain calm and allow professionals to handle the matter noting that the national security is a shared responsibility between citizens and security agencies.
We can only appeal to them to return all materials that may prove harmful to them. We don't expect anybody to take away those materials. We have formations within the armed forces whose duty it is to recover those things. So we also want you to disseminate to them that they should return them to the military or security locations so that we can disarm those things before they cause greater damage to the individuals who have taken them and to the other members of the public.
And now move to Kano. Security in the state recorded both progress and setbacks in 2025, despite persistent concern from residents over thuggery, drug abuse, and recent bandit incursion. Police authorities say thousands of suspects were arrested and major recoveries made. Trust TV's Abdulaziz Ibrahim completes this report.
In 2025, scenes of jungle justice became increasingly common across Kano, with tricycles allegedly used in attempted phone thefts set ablaze by angry mobs. A security assessment across Kano's 44 local government areas highlighted major challenges including poverty, drug abuse, rising urban crime in metropolitan areas, bandit infiltration in 17 border communities, and farmers-herder clashes in 19 rural settlements. Between January and December, the Kano State Police Command recorded over 3,000 arrests for various offenses. Major successes recorded include seizure of firearms and illicit drugs, as well as the recovery of stolen items. At an end-of-year briefing, the Commissioner of Police, Ibrahim Bakori, said strengthening community policing remains central to improving security in the state.
After critical assessment of the threat, a crime mapping exercise was conducted that birthed a robust result-oriented action with enhanced community policy engagements.
As insecurity continues to weigh heavily on both urban and rural communities, residents say attention must be given to youth empowerment and support for local security structures.
Especially Zango, Open Mata and Yakase. If you look at our area, you see everything going well. We have to call the government to support our youth. Most of our boys, they don't have jobs. That is causing these problems.
A part of security, the security manpower, the government must have increase in security manpower, and the neighboring watch.
The problem of unemployed youth and weak community intelligence gathering has really affected us. So this year, we want to see more effort in these areas. Looking ahead, authorities say 2026 will see expanded intelligence-led operations. A newly launched Neighborhood Watch initiative comprising 2,000 men and women has already begun operations. Officials believe stronger community partnerships combined with proactive enforcement and social intervention will help restore lasting peace and security in Kano State. Abdulaziz Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Kano.
You're watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming up after the break. Jigawa State destroys over 5 cartons of expired noodles. This plus more will return. Do stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is News Update on Trust TV. In case you missed it, here's a recap of our top stories again. We told you that workers seek urgent government intervention over delayed salaries. Ondo police confirm attack on Ipele Divisional Headquarters. And now move on to more stories. The Jigawa State government has taken a decisive step to protect public health by destroying thousands of cartons of expired noodles originally meant for an immunization campaign. The exercise, carried out in collaboration with the World Health Organization (WHO), aims to prevent unsafe food items from reaching the public. Trust TV's Ali Rabiu Ali reports.
In a move to safeguard public health, the Jigawa State Primary Healthcare Development Agency destroyed 5,520 cartons of expired noodles across the state. The items were destroyed through controlled burning on Wednesday in Duse. following strict safety and environmental procedures. The noodles supplied by WHO were initially intended to support the National Immunization Plus Days (NIPDs) campaign. Yusuf Inwa, an immunization cold chain officer, explained that the noodles had been pre-positioned in all 27 local government areas of the state before the campaign was postponed. Once it became clear that the items could no longer be safely distributed, the agency immediately recalled them from all locations.
We are here to witness the banning of expired noodles that have been provided by WHO to support National Immunization Plus Days, which we plan to conduct it on 26 November 2027. So based on the directive from the national, the campaign has been postponed. So that is why we return and we retrieve all the vaccines back to the state postal. And later we are now assigned to conduct the exercise. Well, the notice has passed the BB, which we can call it best before, which is on 2nd December 2025.
Officials emphasized that the destruction exercise was conducted transparently to prevent expired food items from entering the market. Security personnel, environmental protection officers, and members of the media were present to observe the process and ensure full compliance with health and safety standards. The exercise underscores the state government's commitment to protecting public health and maintaining trust in immunization and healthcare programs. Authorities have reassured residents that strict monitoring mechanisms are in place to ensure that only safe and approved items are distributed during public health campaigns in Jigawa State. From Jigawa, Ali Rabiu Ali, Trust TV News.
Now, following controversies surrounding the ongoing employment exercise in Adamawa State, the government has announced plans to issue appointment letters electronically to all successful candidates. The secretary to the state government, Barrister Awal Tukur, disclosed this while briefing journalists at the government house in Yola. He expressed concern over challenges encountered during the recruitment, including the omission of some qualified candidates and duplication of names. To ensure transparency, Barrister Tukur explained that all appointment letters will now be issued strictly through candidate-registered email accounts. He further announced that any appointment letter previously collected manually have been cancelled and are now invalid.
The governor and his government wanted to have a very objective, level playing field, merit-based as much as possible to ensure that those that really deserve to be in this employment cadre did so. All letters that had hitherto been issued of employment based upon whatever list are hereby cancelled and no longer valid. The process now is that all those successful applicants, approximately 4,200 thereabout, will be notified electronically through their registered emails. And that is a process we've gone back to ensure we bring back integrity into the system. So applicants should please be calm. From tonight, I hope, we will start releasing those lists. We'll publish those lists into the system. They will receive their emails in their boxes. And we've insisted they should also get a second message by their registered phone numbers so that nobody will say he did not see or hear.
The Federal Capital Territory Fire Service has confirmed that a fire outbreak at Cake Hut restaurant in Wusetu, Abuja on Thursday was successfully contained with no casualties recorded. Speaking on Thursday, the controller of the FCT Fire Service Command, Amiola Adebayo, said the service received a distress call at about 12:25 a.m., prompting the immediate deployment of firefighters to the scene. According to Adebayo, preliminary investigations revealed that the fire was caused by an object thrown from outside the premises during the New Year celebration, which landed on a thatched roof within the restaurant. He added that firefighters from both FCT Fire Service and the Federal Fire Service worked jointly to extinguish the blaze, with support from the police, who assisted in traffic control to allow emergency vehicles access. Adebayo confirmed that the fire was completely put out and that no lives were lost. Now in business, Nigeria's stock market achieved a historic milestone in 2025, with equities surging 51.19% despite challenges from naira devaluation, high inflation and global economic pressures, outpacing the previous year's 37.65% gain. Market capitalization jumped by a recorded 36.62 trillion, reaching 99.4 trillion from 62.76 trillion in 2024, marking the largest annual increase on record and consolidating the bullish trend seen in 2024. After a slow start to the year, trading activities picked up, driven by strong corporate earnings, dividend payouts, improved currency stability, and bargaining hunting in fundamentally sound stock. Initially, investors favored fixed income securities amid high yields and tight monetary conditions, but market sentiment strengthened as the year progressed. The Nigerian Exchange and All-Share Index rose from 102,926.40 points on December 31st, 2024 to 155,613.03 points on December 31st, 2025, reflecting the 51.19% growth. And away from Nigeria, several people are feared dead, while scores were injured after a fire broke out during a New Year's party at an alpine ski resort in southern Switzerland. A spokesperson for the Valais Police, Gaëtan Lation, confirmed the incident but did not disclose the exact number of casualties or the cause of the fire. He said further details will be provided at a joint press conference involving the police and the Caton's public prosecutor. The affected areas is known for high-end holiday resort, and investigation into the incident are ongoing. Now in sports, Blackburn Rovers defender Ryan Alebiosho may have played his last game for the Super Eagles in the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations following a leg injury sustained in Nigeria's 3-1 win over Uganda on Tuesday. Alebiosho, making his tournament debut and starting in place of Bride Osai Samuel, was taken to hospital for treatment. The Arsenal youth team graduate played the full match despite the injury. Coach Eric Shaw told reporters that Alebiosho's participation for the remainder of the competition is uncertain and will depend on the team's doctor's assessment. Also doubtful is a striker, Cyril Deza, who underwent a scan yesterday to determine the severity of a thigh issue. Aside from Alebiosho and Deza, the rest of the squad are reportedly fit and ready, with no suspension affecting upcoming matches. Fans had expressed concern when Shell started talisman Victor Osimhen against Uganda, as he was one yellow card away from suspension. However, the stand-in captain played admirably throughout his 75 minutes on the field. And with that, we have come to the end of News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to watch and catch us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news, programs, and documentaries. I am Fatima Ahmed Musa. Thank you for watching.